Hello, I'm here today with Jenna Bush Hager, and you might have seen her everywhere. She has a show on the Today Show with the absolutely delightful Hoda Kotb, and she's also the editor-at-large of Southern Living magazine. And she's written beautiful books like Everything Beautiful in Its Time, one called Sisters First. And she is someone you might have grown up with as the daughter and granddaughter of 2 US presidents. So we're going to talk today about faith and love and loss, and I think you're really going to like it. I thought maybe we could start at the beginning because you are part of a pair. I had a 2 peas in a pod sister situation where I answer to everything that sounds like a close approximation of my name. Amy, Katie, just the sound of. But you're a Jenna and.
Yeah.
Tell me about what that experience was like for you.
Yes, I am. I mean, I was born with a twin, and I think it was the best thing that ever happened to both of us.
Yeah.
And I also feel like having her in my life who accepted me. I mean, the things about being twins is that you're at the exact same age at the exact same time. And therefore you don't have one sibling who's older and therefore thinks that their life is cooler or whatever that looks like.
Yeah.
We had such a shared perspective and history that we just loved each other.
Yeah.
And I think that kind of partnership, whether it's a sibling or a best friend or a cousin, can make you feel so brave.
Yes.
I mean, I feel like both Barbara and I are doing things now as adults and probably even as teenagers, if I look back, that were risky, you know, but we're living really full lives. And I think that's the beauty of it.
When they like mirror back to you things that you might not have seen in yourself,
Yeah.
or just yell, go for it, no, seriously.
Yeah.
I know you can do it.
Well, exactly. And I think also, like, you know, we just had a book party. I've started a book club at the Today Show, and we had it's our 4th anniversary. So it was just a little celebration at an indie bookstore close to my office. And I got really emotional because it is something I really care about. And I looked down, and first of all, not only was my sister there, but she was like weeping in the front row. And she was sort of like taken aback at how emotional she felt. And she just kept saying, like, I'm really proud. And I think that's how I feel about her in spades. And she's my biggest cheerleader. And I think when you have somebody that has your back like that from the moment you were born, that doesn't mean, like, one time we were on book tour talking about sisterhood, and somebody came up and they were like, you've made me feel so bad because I fight with my sister. I'm like, no. We fight, and we probably still would, or get grumpy at each other. But deep down, she believes in me, and I feel that, and I hope she feels the same. And so it empowers us to act, to live, to be, not sit on the sidelines. And that's
even just to
awesome.
learn how to fight. I mean, I don't think I would know how to fight unless someone who really loved me was like, this, not that.
Yeah.
Don't say that again.
Yeah, totally.
Oh, wait, your tendency is to.
I know.
No, I would never hang up on someone.
No, you're right. Learning how to fight. I mean, she was my first love. So she taught me, all of the things about love, about being in relationship, that then I've utilized as a mom, as a wife, as a friend.
Yeah. I totally believe that I don't think I would know how to be a person unless I was like externally scaffolded, like a badly built building, where if I didn't have something on the outside, like pushing in, holding me up, I've always felt, I mean, especially in good times are of course just like, you want that person, you want them to be there, but then in the bad times, like, you need them there just to say, this love isn't the end of your story.
Yeah, and you sort of want the people, and I know a little bit of your story, but you want the people that I feel like show up without asking.
Yes.
You know, I mean, I think it's really hard because everybody is living in silo with their own lives and their own problems, and obviously the world is pretty heavy too. But you want somebody that's like, I'm going to be there for you.
Yes.
And you're going to be okay.
Yes. I will make this totally insane situation feel normal.
Yeah, or funny or fun or whatever it is. You know?
Yeah. And be bossy for you. Maybe. I always like, I have one of my very best friends. She's just like, there is not a world in which I'm not getting a pillow or a blanket warmed. I mean, she's just like bursting.
Which is something that probably you would feel embarrassed to ask for.
Yeah, that's right.
But your bestie would be thrilled to say, I'm going to make you feel as comfortable as you possibly can.
She'd be like testing the integrity of a door to see if she can like lift it from its hinges if it like separated us.
My sister, when my babies were born, would like move my hospital bed to get like the good lighting so she could take the picture on her iPhone of like me holding the babies. My husband, I'm sure, was like, y'all are insane, but Barbara's like, we've got to get the natural light.
Yeah. I love you. I know what looks best.
Totally.
I know what you're going to want.
Exactly.
Oh, love. The feeling that other people are our secret keepers and then they know what's tender and what feels strong, and like to love you into different roles must have been, man, I'm just thinking of your dating stories with your husband made me gently weep as like you introduced a different person into your dynamic. And it sounds like he went all in. Just like if you don't mind telling me the bicycling story, because it slayed me.
Yeah, he's the poor guy. I mean, well, now, we've been married for almost 15 years.
Shut your face.
Which I can't believe. So, this was probably 20 years ago now, because we dated for a bit before then too. And my dad loves to mountain bike, and my husband, I guess he does. He's a great mountain biker, but I don't know back then if he actually really was or just was like trying to
just volunteered as tribute, Katniss Everdeen style.
Yeah, totally. Just try to like be in. I don't know, but he and my dad, because he loves to mountain bike, had like a proper mountain bike, a nice one. And my husband, I think, had like his Schwinn twin speed from college. And so they were mountain biking. And the issue, and by the way, I was in Africa with my mom. I wasn't even there. I was like, Dad, take Henry to and so like also we couldn't really call. I mean, this was before cell phones.
It was the before times.
Yeah, it was the before times, and we were also, there working, so it wasn't like we were at a hotel and could just like lounge and call. So I don't think I heard this story till I returned home, but he the issue with mountain biking with my dad, which is one of the reasons I've never done it, is that there's, and especially then, was there were like Suburbans of Secret Service following him. So if you slow down, you're going to get like just exhaust in the face and like Suburbans passing you. So there's nothing like, it's not relaxing.
Scenic.
Nothing scenic. In fact, and then once you get past, you feel bad, you're like, geez, okay. So Henry Schwinn twin, the chain broke. So he like pulled over, got passed by all these Suburbans, was like slowly trying to fix it. And then of course, I'm sure, although I don't know that he would say this, he was trying to like keep up. He was like probably 28, but whatever, he was young.
Yeah.
My dad was older. So he was on a hill and he was going full speed to catch up, and a Secret Service man opened the door and hit him. So he like flew in the air, but he landed on all fours. So he was fine. But the point is, he stuck around after that and after so much more. I think to even be there biking, I mean, again, it's something I don't do for that exact reason.
In case you get
doored. And by the way, these doors are bulletproof. Yeah. They're not like a normal Suburban door that just like would hurt. This is like very painful and very heavy.
I think what I like so much too about the way that you talk about the people you love is like they're all people who like get in the game and they're all gonna have to laugh and how ridiculous and stupid and fun, but like it's kind of like double Dutch where you're like pick it up, bud. Everyone's gotta keep moving.
No, I think I gravitate towards people, and I think everybody does, who get in the game.
Yeah.
I actually had, and this is probably gonna make me cry, but I had this weird realization last week. I got to take my kids away for spring break. We put the Today Show on tape, and so that Hoda and I could both take our kids away. Yeah. And it was pouring rain, and we had just arrived and at a beach, so you're like, oh gosh, and my kids were like, let's go swim in the rain. And so we jumped in the pool, and it was not, it seems magical, and it is, but it's cold.
Really cold.
It's cold,
Yeah.
you know, like you're like, I'm
Let's not swim
actually
in the
very
rain.
cold, but they were, you know, loving it.
Let's have inside
Yeah,
memories.
yeah. But I was thinking, like, when I just had this moment of realization, because when my grandfather was much older and was, you know, dying, he like whispered to me. It was hard for him to even talk. And we were sitting at dinner, and he was like, don't forget to be in the game. Don't forget to live in the game. Yeah. And I think, you know, his point was like, it was the end of his life, and he couldn't do the things he wanted to do so much. And even though swimming in the rain wasn't some, like, you know, it seems more sort of beautiful than it actually is, it's like, no, I'm going to be that mom or that friend or that colleague who's like going to give it my all, you know, and not only because he said that to me, but that's in my DNA. It's who I am.
Yeah. That big theater of life feeling where you're like, it's happening now.
Yeah.
It's happening right. And like, that's a weird, I'm someone who has a really hard time doing all the like live in the moments.
Yeah.
But there is something about the little fairy dust feeling where like a kid destroying your laundry, which was then folded and is now just like kid in a warm towel.
Yeah. And finding the beauty in that.
Just like
because if you
sucks you in.
can't find the beauty in the laundry, like, and I remember when I was doing an interview, somebody said to me, a father said to me, like, the first time he had kids of different ages. He said, the first time I had the kids, I'm like, oh, gotta go change the diaper. And now with his youngest, he's like, but changing the diaper is living. Changing the diaper or doing the laundry. Like, if you can't find the joy in those things, and it's not always, like, that also sounds like so Pollyanna, because you can't always, but you have to try.
Yes.
Because otherwise you're missing out on like 98% of life.
Yes. Yeah. The ordinary isn't always extraordinary.
No.
But man, if the ordinary is most of life,
Yeah,
then if
but
we
you're
don't
right.
make
It's
it,
like looking at the baby, you know, in the warm towel and finding the joy in that, as opposed to the hardship of having to refold it. Who cares?
Yes.